Welcome back to another video, my loves. I am so excited to be coming back with another makeup video. I'm so glad you guys enjoyed the previous one. Oh my gosh, let's just get into it. I started off with these lenses I got from the beauty supply store. They're from the brand Rose in Dubai Gray, I believe. And for my prep, I'm using the Pro Prep LA Girl HD Smoothing Face Primer, and this really helps me achieve a matte base. And I take a couple lines and just spread that across my face before I go in with my LA Girl Pro Matte Foundation. It's in the shade Warm Sienna, and this time around I'm going in with some light layers first and slowly building up more coverage. First with the brush and then with my beauty blender where needed. And again, this is just to slowly build up the coverage that I want. And then I'm going to go ahead and contour with this LA Girl Pro Conceal in Mahogany, I believe. But I'm just taking that in the places I normally contour, right underneath my aegyosal to extend it, around my nose bridge, my nose tip, my philtrum, and underneath my jaw. And then I take my Ruby Kisses contour palette, which is a new acquisition, and I take the two darkest shades and I use that to sort of deepen the contour more and give the contour more like depth. And then I use the almost two lightest shades besides the actual highlighting shade to highlight my Cupid's bow, the tip of my nose, the bridge of my nose, and to carve out the space on the sides of my nose, around my eyes, and in the middle of my aegyosal. I set that with my Ruby Kisses setting spray, and then I just go in with my cream blush from Flirte. This is in the shade Tulip, and I'm taking that across the center of my cheeks and right underneath my nose. And I love using this as a base for my more saturated blush. Then I give the blush more depth with my Can-Make Cream Cheek, and wherever I placed blush, I go into the center of all of those marks and deepen that with the cream cheek. Then I start carving out my brows with a mixture of my Flirte brow mascara, basically in the shade Nature Brown, and my LA Girl highlighting concealer, and that's all I do for my brows. The main star of the show are the eyes, and for that I have this Shadella palette that I got off YESSTYLE. Use code Nazareth if you want a little bit % off on YESSTYLE. All of these products can basically be found on YESSTYLE besides the LA Girl and Ruby Kisses ones. So, but yeah, I'm using this lightest blue to sort of set the base for where I'm putting all of the eyeshadow. Then I'm using a slightly more saturated blue along the outer corner of my eye and sort of blending that out. I use a light pink shade underneath where my aegyosal is, and I'm just patting that in. Then I'm using the darkest shade that's in the middle to slightly contour the outer corner of my eye, and you'll see that when I go into highlight with the shimmer shade, I'm actually having a bit of trouble with getting the pigment to lay on there, so I end up using my finger to sort of get that concentrated glitter like really in the center of that lid without lifting too much of the pigment I already laid down. And I think that's because I need to get like an actual eyeshadow primer to make sure everything stays in place when I put it down. But either way, I'm using a mixture of the two shimmer shades that are adjacent to the middle dark shade to highlight that center of the lid and underneath where the aegyosal is and the inner corner of my eye. I also love to like almost cut the crease with a line that sort of goes along where you would put the base for a cut crease. Then I'm going in and setting with my Absolute New York powder because I forgot to do that before. So I want to make sure everything stays nice and matte, and because the brightening banana powder is brightening banana powder, I go in again with my Can Make blush and redefine that blush area. This just gives me a bit of a chillier look. Then I go straight in with my Judy Doll Slim eyeliner, and it's just the black one. I have a brown one now that I use for my lower lashes, but I set my 2 lines and I make sure to keep a gap in between the 2 to sort of redefine where my eye starts and ends. And it really just comes with practice, but I love this Judy Doll eyeliner because it makes it so much easier to do the lower lashes and draw those on, because as you've seen in the previous tutorial, I really struggled with that and had to like correct my mistakes with this ColorGram YESSTYLE maker. But yeah, after that eyeliner is all done, I go in with the YESSTYLE cream pens. This one is from ColorGram, and I lay the entirety of where I want the brown shade, the darker shade, to go, and then in the middle of that brown layer I apply just bits of that lighter shade, and this goes for both of the pens that I am using. The key with YESSTYLE sticks is, for me, especially for people with brown skin as well, since a lot of them are not made in our skin tone, I use the darkest shade just like to outline the general base of the YESSTYLE, and then I just use dots of the lightest shade and blend that out in between the topmost, lowermost, leftmost, and rightmost edges of where I laid that brown shade. But yeah, I'm just using this mascara from Judy Doll. It's my favorite mascara, and it's pretty simple. If you've watched the other tutorial, you're just combing through your lashes to get the max volume from this mascara and max hold. And after I'm using the mascara, I'm using the Etude House Tear Liner in Bronze Crystal Pearl because I want to add an extra crystally, icy effect to the YESSTYLE and the waterline. And I love this Can Make Metal Look mascara because it's so tiny. It makes it easier to do my bottom lashes. And I also like to just coat my Dolly Wink and Dolly Sweet lashes with the Metal Look mascara as well, just to blend all my natural and the false lashes together. After putting in my moles with the mascara wand as well, I use my Judy Doll Shimmery Highlighting Powder in Silver Light just to add even more highlight to the places I highlighted before with my concealer. So that is my brow bone, my cheek, my tip of my nose, my bridge, and the corners of my eyes. For my lip combo, I use a combination of the Florte 2-in-1 lip liner in Cinnamon Milk, the highlighting shade across my Cupid's bow, and then the brown shade to conceal my lip. Then I go in with my Ink Velvet tints from Peri Para to contour around the bulb of my upper lip, and then put some of that tint on the inner lip of my bottom lip. I use this reddish shade from Peri Para as well, but after putting it on, I decided I didn't like it, so I blended out with some residual foundation from earlier. I redefine that bulb with the highlighting shade of the Florte Pan. AF94 gloss goes on top, and then I use more Peri Para tint to recontour the places I did before. A little bit of brown lip liner for the top of my Cupid's bow, and then I go in to set the whole face. Yippee! And the look is done. Y'all, this look is so pretty and icy. It's very much giving winter came early. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial. I am so appreciative of the love that I received on the last video. It was really different than what I normally do, but I really love this format. So if you guys would love to see more of these types of videos, please let me know. They're so fun to make, and I really enjoy being able to be super creative with the different types of looks I can do. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you follow this tutorial, please tag me on Instagram at nazarethajb or just link it down below. I'd love to see it. I love you all. Bye.